and welcome back to The Spiritual Nest. I'm Hetty Sessions, and today we're going to be discussing tarot. Tarot is something that's very, very different to the spiritual side. A lot of people presume that because we can speak to the other side, we automatically can read tarot. Not the case at all. A tarot reader is someone that is very, very different to a medium. It's just happens that I have a real big interest in tarot reading, and that is why I am able to do it. I've always had a great interest in tarot reading. My grandmother could read the cards, but she could also read tea leaves, and that's not something that I can do. I find that absolutely fascinating though. So tarot is something that I've always been very, very aware of. The first thing that I want to discuss with you today is that tarot cards and oracle cards are very, very different. Not all tarot are the same. Oracle cards, I believe, are more affirming cards. Anybody can pull an oracle card. I personally don't read them. So I don't know an awful lot about them. I am all for the tarot cards. So I know there's lots of different types of tarot cards and there's lots of different types of oracle cards, but today we're going to be discussing solely tarot cards. The type that I like to read are the traditional Rider-Waite style cards. They're the ones that consist of your higher arcana, your lower arcana. They're the ones that are your Four of Swords and your Three of Wands, your cups and your pentacles or coins, depending on which terminology you want to use. Anybody can read tarot. It doesn't take any form of spirituality or spiritual ability to be able to read a tarot card or the tarot cards. It is something that you have to teach yourself. It is something that is very, very long-winded. It's not something that you can kind of do overnight. However, I do believe that with the commitment, anybody or everybody does have the ability to read them. There are just a couple of foundation rules to them that I believe that should always be followed and respected. The first one is to have a real good awareness or to be very aware of your own intuition. We all have that gut feeling, and that is our intuition. You know, if you meet somebody for the first time and you just think there's something I can't quite put my finger on about that person, don't know what it is, but I don't like their vibe, and that is your intuition talking. If you have got that connection with yourself, with your intuition, then you absolutely can and will read tarot cards. So the first thing I want to talk about is picking your tarot. Now, there is the rule, if this is the first time you've ever started looking into tarot or the first time you've been interested in it, there is the rule about not buying your own tarot cards. Traditionally, I don't know where this came from, but any tarot reader will tell you, do not buy your own. They should be given or gifted to you. My cards, all of my cards have always been gifted from my husband or from clients. I'm very, very lucky that a lot of my clients send over tarot decks that they've seen and said, oh, I saw this and I thought of you, which makes me feel so, so special. However, and I'm going completely against the grain and completely against what us tarot readers say, if you do see a deck that you feel that connection with, buy it. There are so many different types. The one that I'm going to focus on today, like I said, is the traditional Rider-Waite style. The artwork on them are beautiful. They can be very, very elaborate. I've got ones that my husband's bought me. My everyday ones are Gustav Klimt style ones. That's an example of what Judgment looks like, one of the higher arcana cards. Really gorgeous artwork on them. I've got ones from clients that are witch style. I've got boho ones. I've got ones that are one of my recent set that a client sent me from America is the Cabbage Patch Kids, which are funky and they're brilliant. I've got Dracula ones. I've got a lot. I have a lot of tarot cards decks. So if you find one that you feel like really speaks to your soul, buy it. If you're like, no, the rules are you don't buy your own, then speak to your loved ones, you know, put it on your birthday list. But if you feel that connection with it, absolutely pursue it and get them. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to look at them. I want you to just look at the pictures. Now, if this is your first time you're looking into tarot, I want you to look at the traditional Rider-Waite style with the original artwork. And there is a reason for that. First of all, the artwork on it is beautiful, gorgeous, but they all describe hidden meanings within the tarot that when you're old hat like myself at reading them, and you just pick your card up and you know exactly what it means. When you first start out, they have got these little hidden messages in them which helps you understand what the card's about. With every tarot deck, or you should with every tarot deck, receive your little book. And in your book, it describes what each card means upright and reversed. When you're starting to learn tarot, this little book will be your best friend. And I remember when I was learning, I took my book with me everywhere. I was so afraid of getting something wrong, of misinterpreting a message. But that's all part and parcel of it. It's something we're learning. So I want you to take your little book with you. You don't have to now I take my cards with me everywhere I go, but you know, when you're first learning, just take your little book with you everywhere. Some of the cards, they're weighted different. Some have gilded edges, you know, some size are different, and it's about getting really kind of familiar and knowing your cards, getting your energy into the cards. When I teach tarot, the first thing I always say to my client is treat them like they're your child. They have to be near you, you know, you have to touch them, you've got to get your energy into them, you've got to charge them, you've got to look after them, you've got to get to know them. So, to begin with, like I said, I just want you to just put your energy in it just by shuffling, just by holding your cards and becoming familiar with them. Some of them, these are a really lovely size, this size. Most are slightly bigger, but I don't have very big hands, so for my hands these are perfect. And I want you to just, you know, people say, oh, I can't shuffle. You don't have to shuffle it in any particular way. Just get used to holding them. Get used to putting your energy into them. I have one golden rule when it comes to my tarot, and it is my children don't touch my tarot cards. They know that they're not allowed anywhere near them, and that's just because I don't want their energy going into it. There is ways to remove energy from tarot cards. So you would hold it in your non-dominant hand. So I'm right-handed, I'll put it in my left hand, and with my right hand, 1, 2, 3, and that just knocks any energy out. So the first thing that I want you to do when it comes to your tarot is just hold them, just play with them. And to begin with, I want you to just work out what your higher arcana cards are and what your lower ones are. So the higher ones start from 0, and they are things like your sun, your moon, death card, the fool, the empress. There are 22 higher arcana cards altogether, and I want you to kind of focus on those first of all. So once you've got used to holding them and shuffling your cards, just divide them into your higher arcana and your lower arcana. Like I said, they start at 0 and go up to 21. They are in the traditional Rider-Waite style. They all have the numbers on the top. On my one, you can see at the top it's 20, which is judgment, and just kind of work out, kind of put them into 2 different piles, and just every day just pull one and just have a little look at it. First of all, I want you to listen to what your intuition says about those cards, whether it feels good, whether it feels bad, whether it's upright or reversed. Again, just have a little look how it feels first of all. Get yourself a notebook and just write down your initial feelings for it. Look at the picture, have a real good judgment, have a real good look at the card. Traditionally, pulling a card off the top of my head, the death card, which is a higher arcana card. The death card on the traditional Rider-Waite style, there's the Grim Reaper or a skeleton, I believe, on a horse, and in the background you can see a sunset. I want you to just look at it, and I just want you to write down in your book, upright or reverse, what you get from it, what you're kind of picking up. Become acquainted with them. Once you've written down what you feel, get your little white book. I say like white book because the traditional Rider-Waite style, it is a little white book. My one in the end was falling apart and I had pages missing, and I ended up having to kind of glue it all back together and sellotape it together. Just have a little look in your white book and then just go through what it means. It's the easiest way to begin to learn tarot, how to become associated with it and kind of remember little things about it. From then, every day pick a card, look at it. Once you've kind of gone through the first 22 higher arcana cards, if you feel like you need to go back and do it all again, then do it. Start from scratch. I don't want you to set yourself a time limit learning tarot. It's something that takes a long time, a lot of commitment, and it's something that you can really gift other people with in the future when they come to you asking for guidance, and you can say, oh, let me pull my tarot cards, let me have a little look what they're saying, and you can kind of go from there. It's a skill and a talent to be able to read the tarot. So invest in yourself a little bit, have a little look into it. I highly recommend, if you're into spirituality, I highly recommend beginning with the tarot card. If you're someone that is more drawn towards oracle cards, then absolutely, then go down that route. If you want something that's a bit more in depth, you can kind of pull a very precise reading for your friends and your loved one once you know how to read them, then go for it. I love the tarot, absolutely love reading for people for tarot. I find it very, very rewarding reading for people as well when they come to me and they're looking for answers around certain things. The tarot is a really great tool to use. In the future, I'll be looking in a greater depth at the tarot. The plan is to be able to kind of take you guys through your journey, to be able to discuss cards, discuss hidden meanings as well in cards. Knowing that each card has a little hidden meaning as well, that you kind of pull the Three of Cups and you go, oh, I know what that's all about. You know, it's fantastic, and it's a language that very few speak, but everybody can learn. I love it. Remember, it is an ancient tool that has been used for hundreds of years. If you are interested in this, keep an eye out for more videos involving the tarot. I will be uploading more, like I said. I will plan on doing one card per video, and I'm going to look in these into a greater depth. If you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and don't forget to switch on the bell so you're the first in the know when there's a new video uploaded. That's all from me today. Have a beautiful day or night, no matter where you are. Love and light.